Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be installing a complete power system including 2 Nocqua batteries, a complete NMEA 2000 backbone kit, multiple USB ports to power my cameras. I'm going to do it all through the newly installed Hobie 8-inch twist and seal hatch that I just installed in my tank well. If you missed that video, check it out. Alright guys, the first step to this install is going to be relocating my batteries from under the front hatch. It's attached to the sail mast, and I'm going to move it back here. Alright, I've got it out from the front hatch, and I'm going to set it right down in here, and it fits beautifully, and it'll accommodate 2 Nocqua batteries side by side. So there we go. I've got the weight towards the back, so it'll make it a little easier for me to move around. It's way more accessible. Now that I have the batteries installed in the rear hatch, I'm going to start running all of my power cables and data cables down to this central point. I mount my backbone to the bottom of this Hobie battery mount. It would keep it nice and tidy, clean. So I'm going to mount that right on the bottom. I'm going to run a couple of zip ties to stabilize it, and it'll sit right there on the bottom. All right, backbone's going to be right there. I'm going to clean up the power wiring. Got the fuse right there accessible. There it is. See that? Look at that. It fits, barely. Okay, so there's the backbone. Slides right in, no problem. It's up off the bottom, so shouldn't be sitting in water unless I'm sinking. Now I have to run all the NMEA connections down here and power. To gain more rail space up front, I relocated my Lowrance Point-1 GPS antenna to the rear rail of my Hobie Outback. I removed the data cable for the Lowrance Point-1 antenna from the front Hobie pass-through, leaving only power, sonar, and data for the fish finder. I neatly coiled and zip-tied all the excess wires and cables. Then I ran the power and data to the rear of my kayak. This 10 amp hour Nocqua battery connected to the sacrificial link and a Y splitter is powering my backbone and my fish finder. Now I have the data connection here to go into the backbone, and here is the NMEA data cable for the Point-1. I'm going to get a pass-through to run that cable through. I'm going to be installing this Nocqua USB power port, and that's going to run my GoPro camera from the rear off of a single 10 amp hour battery. So let's get to that. I've got a 1 1/8 hole saw, and that should be just about right for this. I'm going to try to clean this edge up as best as I can so we get a nice good seal on here. Now I've got to run this plastic nut all the way down the line, and hopefully I can screw this on here. It's a little awkward. Okay, there it is. Okay, I have everything connected. All I have left to do is install a pass-through for the Point-1 antenna. I have the backbone attached to the base of the Hobie battery holder. I have everything zip tied. It's not pretty, but it is organized and easy to access everything. I've got one battery that's going to be running the backbone, the GPS antenna, and the fish finder. Another battery that's going to be powering this USB. Each camera will get a 10 amp hour battery, and the fish finder and backbone system will get its own separate 10 amp hour battery. I'm hoping to get about 8 hours runtime. I guess time will tell. Well, I've waited for 2 days to get this pass-through, the Hobie pass-through. Finally got it. So I'm going to finish this install by drilling a hole. I'm going to use this little pipe reaming tool just to take the extra plastic off the edges. I'm going to bring this cable up through the hole where it's going to attach to the Lowrance Point-1. So the Hobie pass-through comes with all these different inserts. I'll be using 2 blank ones and either this one or this one, so I need to size my cable to these insert pieces. That one fits, maybe it's a little loose. This one might be too tight. Yep, it won't close. So it has to be this one. There's a little rubber gasket on the back side. Gotta pull that off. These slide right in, just like so. And we're going to put this on the cable. We're going to run the cable through the gasket first. Then we can connect this piece here. Then put the gasket back on. And I'm going to apply a ton of pressure and turn it in at the same time. And finally, to run my front camera, I'm using a third Nocqua 10 amp hour battery, a 2-foot extension, and another sacrificial link from Nocqua Adventure gear. So there we have it. Fully installed electronic system, Nocqua batteries running both cameras, the fish finder, the GPS unit. I have my backbone zip tied on here. It's really nice and neat. It might look a little messy, but everything's accessible right here. All my data cables running down to the fish finder. Installed a new port to run the wire up to my GPS Point-1 antenna. And I'm ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up. Until next time, tight lines. I hope to see you out on the water.